And this space that we're in is kind of what the laboratory is about. It's a place where we build environments. We could build a street, a station, an airport. We can build a pedestrian square. We can build anything you like, really. We have lighting that enables us to simulate daylight and nightlight from anywhere on the planet. We can infiltrate smell into here of all sorts, but also we can do sound. Sound is such an important part of the way that we sense the environment. And that meant that we wanted a very sophisticated sound system that gave us real control over the dynamics of sound, so moving sounds, spatial audio, and then how we actually can manipulate those sounds so that we can be very precise. So that's kind of what we do.
When we were helping UCL to find a delivery partner, we suggested to UCL that they think of this as a touring production system because it needs to be so modular and so flexible. Some of the things that we're doing here are pretty novel, and so working with manufacturers to push the limits of what they can do with their kit requires an integrator, a delivery partner, who is willing to put the time and put the effort in and work with those people.
We were looking for people that would be collaborative, people that would kind of come on the journey with us rather than just sell us some boxes. It was certainly clear that Adlib got it.
The specification that had been provided to us was to create a sort of a flexible immersive audio system across a couple of different spaces in this Pearl facility. A smaller system which was sort of a preparation studio for getting content ready before they then moved into the larger main experiment space. And the system effectively is a whole range of equipment that can be used to facilitate any of the experiments or projects that the facility needs to do. In terms of loudspeakers for the larger space, there's 112 L-Acoustics X8 speakers. There's also a whole host of other L-Acoustic speakers, including KS28 subwoofers, KS21 subwoofers, some A15 wide loudspeakers, and then a whole host of L-Acoustics amplification to go with that, ranging from the LA2XI all the way up to the LA12X.
Flexibility was the key here, so we had to provide 3 systems. One where the experiments could be designed in small scale, and then there's 2 systems additionally to that which are to scale into the large experiment space in Pearl, to allow the researchers to have up to 57 immersive sources, from 2 speakers on sticks up to, over 100 speakers in one particular area.
The whole system is modular down to how the flight cases stack up, how the amplifiers can be integrated.
It needs to be able to do anything that a researcher can imagine. And so that means there's an infrastructure that you can plug in anywhere.
Working with Arup, we came up with a system that's based around a central DSP core. So there's a huge patching matrix that allows you to send any input to any output. And that interfaces with a very large AVB network. So there's the ability to patch any AVB-capable device to another AVB-capable device.
And so all of that coming together is able to create these aural environments that are completely convincing. We might want to have a sound in a specific place at a specific time, and we might want to move it.
The key to it is the ELISA processor.
ELISA is born from a dream of going beyond stereo. For ELISA, you have 3 big pillars. You need to have some quality speakers, something L-Acoustics masters since the beginning, and that's the DNA of the company. As a second pillar, you need to have a smart loudspeaker design. And the last pillar is the mixing. How you are going to render the sound.
The ELISA immersive platform and processing suite is very powerful. I've seen quite a few applications of that in live music venues, but what's very interesting about how it's used at Pearl is that it's used specifically for creating immersive environments.
That gives us the ability to put up to 96 sources into the system, and then you can mix those down to 57 fully immersive zones. You could have everything from 2 speakers to a fully immersive 360-degree sphere.
What's really unique to Elisa is the workflow from start to finish. So designing your space in the sound vision software, working out where your loudspeakers need to be, and then porting all that into the Elisa controller software, and then obviously plugging up your amplifiers at the end with LA Network Manager. It's one process from start to finish.
Our reputation as a company wouldn't exist if we didn't support and believe in what we deliver in terms of product and systems. You have to be able to have that technical backup to support your customers and support your clients, and it's almost as important as building the system in the first place.
The support was there straight away. And any questions I needed answering, they were there, and that has developed through to the last couple of weeks where the training has stepped up.
All the training we've had has been really kind of tailored to us and to what we need and to this system that's been designed, and it was really giving us all the tools we need to do the job, not telling us these are the bits you can use, these are the bits you can't. We've had real in-depth training, and it really feels like we understand what we're using.
And they've just been there, fully supportive, and it's just been, it's been a pleasure actually.
I think for this project with Pearl in particular, our ability to reach out to manufacturers and discuss solutions with them was crucial. And I also think our sort of in-house technical design team, including CAD design for flight case manufacturing, was really crucial, and the fact that we have complete control of that manufacturing process, and we can then do everything, including quality assurance, right through to the end.
Finding people that are pleasant to work with and that you can build relationships with is super important for us as we're looking for ongoing partners. We've all been collectively quite impressed with the working approach with Adlib. The team's been super organized, responsive, strong technical backup, good suggestions, and we're very comfortable and we're happy to recommend them.
In a way, the kind of brief is, give me sound, just give me the world. And I think the really great thing about working with Adlib is the way that they dug into that and the degree of precision that they got into in making sure that that worked. And I think that has been really great to work with.